right, cool, man. Let's start off the show with one of my new commercials, man. Before we even intro, if I can get this going. Hold on a second. If I can get this thing to play. That's the thing. I can't get it to play. That's crazy. I just had it up. Hold on. Let me try one more thing. I'll move on. Can't get it to play. That's crazy. So let's try
on
this.
to the next one.
On to the next. That's crazy. I just had it playing. Let's start off with the intros then. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. Watch when I stop sharing. As soon as I stop sharing, it'll play. We struggle streaming right now. They call it struggle streaming.
Struggle streaming.
Yeah, we struggle streaming right now. But all right, so let's go ahead and start with the introductory. Who wants to kick it off?
Jumbo.
All right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chris Jones, CJ, the realtor broker on the Greenwood Realty Group down here in Houston, Texas. And if you don't want a broker, all at the closing, smiling, dancing, no, go ahead. Hit me up on social media at CJ Sales Texas, CJSELLSTX. And then go on the website, greenwoodrealtytx.com. We got all the information for buyers, sellers, and agents. If you're looking for more information, go on the website, check it out, fill out the forms. We got you. Then, of course, we have the YouTube channel at CJ the Realtor, where we're doing not just our home tours, Lux Edition, but definitely check those out. But we also got some other good information on there with highlighting business owners and a lot more. So give me a subscribe, like, share, tell a friend, tell a friend. And then, of course, we definitely give back the Mindset Academy, where we teach our young men through mentorship, knowledge of self-improvement, and entrepreneurship. So we have all the information online if you're interested in that too.
Gotcha. All right, Barry B, I got you.
Ready. All right, this is Barry B at Homes by Barry B. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in Houston and surrounding areas, give me a call, 832-786-1270. You can email me at barryb@homesbyb.com. You can go to Google and just put pound or hash mark. I'm sorry, pound. Hash mark. Showing my age. Hash mark Homes by Barry B. And I'm on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook. You can get a hold of me and let's talk about accomplishing your goals in 2024.
Gotcha. Hyman, I'm convinced Hyman wait till the notification come out. You know that?
I did.
I ain't going on until I know they on.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Sometimes I do watch to see what happens in the beginning.
Right. Gotcha.
Hyman with H&L Premier Realty. If you have any questions about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, feel free to reach out. You can see me at the website, hnlpremierrealty.com, or you can call me at 832-235-0985.
Gotcha. And I think I got this clip finally queued up. So, all right, let's go into it. Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210 at BNL Loan on all social media, especially the YouTube. I need y'all to like, subscribe. I need to refocus on the social media. So we need to, what I'm going to do is the second quarter, revamp it, coming out with some more home tours, Lux, this second quarter. Be on the lookout for Behind the Sauce. So I'm going to Dog Show this weekend. So we're gonna be broadcasting all of that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Go to my website, www.applywithb.com, if you're ready to book me for a consultation or you're ready to apply for a mortgage. Also, you can contact me anytime, 832-775-8357, as long as it's about business. And you want to book me to sell your home, to market your home, to represent you as a buyer, so you want to finance, whatever you want to invest, www.brandonbdixon.com. Also, we got this weekend coming up, Doors and Dogs. We got another webinar, so y'all ready to invest, man. Have y'all money together. Y'all want to make money. Take money to make money. Doors and Dogs. We got a virtual event coming up this Saturday. This Saturday. So you're gonna look out for that. And if you're ready to join the club, if you're ready to mitigate some of those investments already, have make your money work for you, go to www.cocinvestmentclub.com. I think I got right now. Let me see if I got this queued up to where I can share it now. Hold on a second. Let's see. I think I got it now. Bam. Let's see.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of home ownership and the incredible resources available to you through the home ownership community. Imagine this: you're ready to take the first step towards home ownership, but you're not sure where to start. Well, look no further. The home ownership community is your one-stop shop for all things mortgage related. With over 240 lenders at your disposal, you're bound to find the perfect fit for your financial needs and lifestyle. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned pro looking for a new mortgage deal, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. So why wait? Head over to our website and start your mortgage journey today. And remember, if you enjoyed this quick pitch, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more helpful tips and advice on home ownership. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, happy house hunting.
Yeah, so I think
like,
this
like Total Recall.
hey, this is about to be the future, man, because that took me 3 minutes to do.
The future is the present.
Yeah, so
like people think a lot of the stuff they see on social media is real people, so it's a lot of AI.
But this
is
my first one. This is my second one. But the background is AI. I told her what to put. I told her what I put 2 sentences in A. Write me a quick script about homeownership community. We got 240 banks, and we boom, and they wrote all that with the caption. I picked the AI model, right? And that was it. Boom. In like 3 minutes, I got a video, as opposed to hiring an actress. Here, read this. Get the camera set up. You know what I mean? So it's about to change, man. You're just gonna be having your image and likeness. Computers gonna take over. We don't need you no more.
Yep.
Take out the human error. This takes 3 minutes as opposed to hours. It took 3 hours and getting everybody together, travel, and you know what I mean. So this is the future right here. Let's get to Barry B real quick. He got the 6 through 10 home ownership thing before we hop into today's show.
Got the 6 through 10, Barry B.
Got the 6 through 10. So let's go ahead and
mine wasn't AI. That was me.
He got the old line. You know what I'm saying?
Can't hear it. Step 6, make an offer. Work with your realtor to determine what would be an offer to make for the home that you'll eventually like. Step 7, get a home inspection. A home inspection will examine the home's condition and alert you to any issues that might be present. Step 8, the mortgage. Get all your documents to your lender and fulfill all conditions that your lender might ask for. Step 9, get homeowner's insurance. Homeowner's insurance is to protect your home from hazards. Step 10, closing day. That's when all documents are signed by the seller and the buyer, and you receive the deed and the keys to your new home. Follow me for more info.
Good job, Barry B. Good job.
Hey, Barry hit him with that Barry White. I'm calling for more info.
You forgot one important thing though, the appraisal.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So yeah. Then I was thinking the mortgage.
I should have said that in the mortgage part. Added that into the mortgage part.
What?
Yeah, you
I mean,
need
They
to
gotta
break.
call him to get all that info.
yeah, for real. Once you say
Yeah, you
mortgage,
can't
that
give
kind of
all
covers
the, you
anything.
can't give it
That
all
covers
away.
all that.
Oh yeah. You want to give them just a little bit where they got to come to you.
I mean, so let's go ahead and join to the show. I mean, I gotta address this first, man. Let me go ahead and cue it up before, because everybody talking about it. So we might as well get the get it out the way.
I must not be in the know what everybody been talking about.
I'm pulling that Diddy video.
That what? What?
Hold on. Let me get this queued up. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started with the show. Now, and this is kind of random because I ain't put none of y'all in, so this is y'all first time seeing stuff, man. So, well, let's go ahead and get it kicked off, man. So, bam.
And asking me to weigh on this Diddy stuff. Let's just applaud seeing a black man go down in flames. You know, whether you believe he did it or didn't do it, like when was it cool to just cheer for someone's downfall? When Epstein and Weinstein got locked up, they didn't have all this press and news and SWAT teams and things of that nature. But when a rich black man, goes through something, it's breaking news, and everybody is jumping for joy in the streets like he touched them. A lot of times being a black man means guilty until proven innocent. Y'all already said he's guilty. I'm not here to say if he did this or did that. That's not my job. But what I'm saying is, can we please stop applauding black brothers going down? We ain't gonna have nobody else to look up to, y'all. Every vision of excellence that from our childhood has been tainted. Every vision of black men being strong, powerful, influential, rich, successful has been tainted in some way. Y'all don't think that's a coincidence? Y'all don't think that's a part of an agenda? So before you jump for joy and rejoice in the streets and let off fireworks to Diddy, man, what if he didn't do it? I'm just guilty until proven innocent. The life of a black man.
Seems like I push again.
I thought you was playing when you said he was gonna play something on Diddy. I thought you was playing.
Now everybody talking about it, man. We don't want to just stick our head in the sand, man. We gotta address that, especially.
Well, first of all, where's everybody applauding and all this like he was saying in there? I haven't seen that.
You know why social media?
Huh? I see them talking about it, but I don't hear no applauding for it.
Well, like Barry, what's going on is people are just believing a lot before facts come out.
Is that what he's talking about? Okay.
They're believing the accusations before, everything's out in the open, and they do an actual, hey, this is what we found. These are the facts. They, like he was saying, already guilty before proven.
Oh yeah, now I believe that part, but it was just
that's kind of what's going on with Diddy right now.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, they dragging him. Especially, man, and 50 Cent is big troll, man.
Oh yeah, he just
he don't let up.
Right. I'll let y'all go around. Hyman, you want to chime in on that while I pull up the next clip? Before I go in.
As far as the wife kind of told me a little bit about it yesterday. When a lot more of the allegations came down, and then they raided both his houses at the same time. It's rough if it's hard if he actually did the sexual assault stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see nobody take nothing from no woman or man, whatever the case may be. But as far as him, the Diddy parties, I could care less. If you want to go left, right, left, right, back, left again, that's your choice. I really don't care. If you decide to go right, left with Chris Brown, Usher, and all those, whoever he went right, left with, I don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm concerned that I'm hoping that he didn't do that with underage kids. Supposedly Usher was one or something like that back in the day. But outside of that, I could really care less about it. You know what I mean? As far as the young man talking about how we're applauding our black people as they go down, we shouldn't be looking up to celebrities anyway, because celebrities are just like us. You know what I'm saying? Their issues are just in the forefront more so than ours. You know what I'm saying? If the government or I guess the media was to pry deep enough into each one of us, it'd be some shit that'd come out and be like, damn, didn't know you was like that. You know? And so that's all I care about.
Right. B might end up on that Freaknik video.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I went to Freaknik 98. I went to Freaknik 98, but 98. But it was
I heard it wasn't. I heard the video wasn't that bad. The documentary wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
it mostly talked about the culture and everything.
By the time I went, it was boring. They locked everything up and everything was
boring.
Yeah, it was boring.
It was early 90s. You had to be that early 90s.
The early 90s. I went late 90s. You know,
that's when they was off the chain.
Yeah, when I was 21 when I went 98. You know what I mean? So, but no, I mean, I think he does have a point. I mean, we are for the most part entertainers, cooks, celebrities, stuff like that, and then these are like the stars or the upperclassmen or the achievers in our sector. And it seems like there is a pattern that when you reach a certain amount of success, that here comes the takedown. We've seen it over and over. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, so on and so forth. Even Jordan at one point, before he retired, and then he came back, and you know what I mean. So it's a pattern going on. It's like I don't know if it's an American thing. I don't think even other nationalities are as harsh as we are on our own celebrities. Even I think America period is they love you, then they hate you, then they try to love you again. And look at Vic. They loved him, then they hated him, now they love him again. So it's like a pattern.
Yeah. They didn't like Tory Lanez up.
Yeah, so Tory, everybody that had like success, they is an issue. The only one that's kind of in diagonal is LeBron, so and then it's like almost we waiting on something on him,
They already just spray painted the N-word on his garage door at his house.
Who did? On whose house?
LeBron.
Yeah.
How they get to the garage? How they get to the garage?
Yeah, it could have been a neighbor.
I'm like, you got that kind of money.
I was like that.
You ain't just walking up to my garage. You ain't just walking up to my house.
Yeah, he should have at least a half a mile drive, I would say.
Hey.
At least a block drive.
I'm gonna make you work for that end. I'm gonna make you work for that end.
I'm gonna have a moat with a drawbridge. You ain't gonna. You gotta wait for the drawbridge to drop.
Right.
Yeah, but I think America has always been our culture. We like to see them come up, and then when they get up, we want to see them come down.
Yeah, even look at like Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Back in the day, Martin Luther King, they hated him. They ain't started liking him until he was gone.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I see a pattern, man. I mean, even with Kevin Samuels, man, they kind of, once he passed, they was kind of happy that he passed, man.
Right. Now we got a million Kevin Samuels out here.
Yeah.
Now we got a million Kevin Samuels out here.
They bit his style. They seen, all right, this is the move. And then they created a whole new space. So, after he made his million. So, like, I don't know. I think we got to check ourselves. We really got to smell ourselves on our priorities. Like, what type of person. First of all, I acknowledge what Hyman's saying. Like, hey, I could care less about. I think we need to start caring less about celebrities, but I understand what it is. That everybody's not going to be in that space mentally. So for those who are not, let's at least can we keep it positive? I wouldn't. The brother has kids. I don't know if he did or if he didn't. I don't care. But I'm gonna remain neutral. I'm not gonna add to the fight.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna assume he's guilty. Yeah, I'm not gonna assume he's guilty. I'm not gonna talk as if he's guilty. Talk as if I know, because I wasn't there. A lot of people we're talking as if we were there, and just to, just to get that emotional reaction out of other people that don't know, and you just spreading the BS, and that's what he's talking about. Now we already guilty because everybody want to see. It's almost like they got the popcorn ready and they want to see the BS.
Yep.
So everybody wants to see the bonfire. So all we, is it even the people? It's almost I hate to put the comparison like this, but are the people that sat around and watched people get lynched back in the days, are they as guilty as the people that was lynching? That's a philosophy that you might want to put out. The people that, if they have pictures of people that, like families that sat around watching the dudes get lynched. In my book, you're just as guilty because you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's almost, we watching these brothers publicly get lynched. And we watch it as amusement. You see what I'm saying?
Let's not say it's amusement, B. Let's say that they're watching it for the opportunity to capitalize off of it, right? Anything that comes across that has anything to do with Diddy or any information or any opinion about the allegations or whatever the case may be, somebody's gonna click on it, and if enough people click on it, it gives them opportunity to monetize it and get paid, or grow a following, or whatever the case may be. And so, I think you said it best, is that we are so polarizing in the acting, in the sports, in the entertainment field. When something do happen with us, it just spreads like wildfire, and anybody who has the ability to be creative about a hashtag or be creative about a topic, people are just nosy. You know what I'm saying? Our natural intuition is just to want to know whether we care or not. Let me see what happens. Hit the clip, and there it is.
Right.
Our eyeballs have just started the quote unquote the lynching, or that he's guilty and he's wrong, because we clicked on something that we had no idea about it, but just to be nosy about it.
Mm-hmm. I get the curiosity thing, but I think we take it a step further when you look I look outside my window and see somebody lynching, as opposed to I'm sitting there with my marshmallows and you know what I mean, and s'mores and eating, watching, enjoying. That's a different step.
But you compare the two as if they're one and the same.
No.
A person watching getting lynched versus watching a black man or one of us get crucified or lynched in the media.
Well, I mean, as far as from afar, as opposed to up close and personal.
But there is no such thing as afar anymore, though, B. Social media has connected us in so many ways that, like, we're there now.
Right. I get it as for the curiosity. So what that means is, if we're talking all action, that means we need to do something against it. Like, hey man, we need to
stop looking.
Stop looking at it. Don't stop worrying about Diddy. Let's worry about something else.
On it. You know what I'm saying? If it's not running, then stop.
That would stop it, but people are not going to stop watching.
People are not going to stop watching, but we need to probably do some. Hey, a show like this. But I'm saying it. Hey man, stop.
Yeah, give it alternative.
Yeah, like come on. We behind on all sorts of other stuff, but you were worried about somebody else's trial. You worry about somebody else's conviction on that. They ain't even charged, but they raided his house. You worried about his house. You know what I mean? I think Jay-Z said that around. What Bill Cosby got to do with me? So. But let's go ahead. And hit the next one, since Patrick and Corey just chimed in. So let's go ahead hit the next one, so we could all.
Where your glass at, man? Can you see? Pat, where your glass at? Can you see?
What?
Can you see? Where your glass at, Pat?
Oh, he glass. Oh.
But got the contacts in.
He said he put the charts up for the day.
Well, let's find a property for $100,000 and you're able to renovate it for $50,000. You sell the property for $200,000. You got to pay the realtor. You got to pay your closing costs. You're going to net probably $187,000. You got to pay off the $150,000. You got $37,000 in cash. 30% taxes. You're walking away with $24,000. You did all that work for $24,000. But if you would have bought that property, instead of selling it, you rented it out. Let's say you rent out $1,500 a month. Then you went back to the bank and you borrowed 75% of the after repair value, which is $200,000. Instead of selling for $200,000, you're borrowing $150,000. So you're not getting that $24,000 up front. But what you are getting is a property that you have $50,000 in equity in. So you grew your net worth by $50,000. You've had, let's say, $300 a month in cash flow. The rents went up over time. But now that property, if you find it in the right area and it goes up 5.5% a year, is worth $261. Flipping a property is just a job. So let's say that you were able to find a property for $100,000 and you were able to renovate it for $50,000. You sell the property for $200,000.
I just wanted to make sure y'all caught the front, but I had to throw this one in there. Like I said, it's been a common. I know we went over this before, but we really hadn't nailed it down. But I really want to get the panels, side. Is it the burr or is it fix and flip? Especially with this particular climate we're in right now, I know it's all upon who's doing it, but he makes a good point. Borrowing against it, you still get that cash, so you can borrow against it and keep rolling, buy you 2-3 more. So that's a strategy as well. So I'll open it up, let y'all chime in on that.
Time is the main man.
I'm gonna go first.
Realistically, man, in today's climate, I would still fix and flip because the interest rate is not low enough yet. In today's climate, if the rates was like a 3, then the burr strategy will be great because once you refinance out, that new payment may not cover that $1,500 in today's climate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It may not. And here in Texas, for one likely, you barely will make $150 in cash flow with that same scenario. 100,000, 50,000 in it, it'll be worth $220 or $250. You'll barely make $100 in cash flow because your interest rate is going to be at about a 6, based on what the DSCR's program's going on right now.
Try 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, DSCR. Don't forget conventional still in the 7s, man. If you don't forget. You got to be 800 credit score for being at 6s with conventional right now. I know they dropped a little bit today. I didn't check them today, but we still tickling 7s.
So in this climate, yeah, you still stand a better chance of fixing, flipping, going. You try to take that haircut and take the $24,000 and keep turning it over because you think you're gonna cash flow. Then you have to weigh out. It ain't 75%; it's 80%. And so if they're gonna lend you 80% of the $220, you pay off the what? He didn't get a loan. He paid for it outright in cash, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's my only concern is the interest rate in today's climate. Before you really apply the burr strategy, it has to be a sweet, sweet, sweet deal to do the burr right now.
Yeah, and you got to think about if they're just starting, how much money they got on hand to cover carrying costs. Like you're doing all this work. If you did get a loan to do the work, hard money or something, and you start paying for these draws, and then you got to prepare it, get it ready for a tenant. And then you got to wait and find a good tenant. You got those carrying costs. If you like tight on money, it might not do you any good to sit there and rent that, especially the first couple. You might want to turn around and flip that, get some cash in the bank.
Especially when you got all these people that's talking about squatters and they teaching people how to squat.
Oh, wow.
That's what we should
have. All the people watching, if you want to be a landlord, go to a property owner-friendly state.
But that's what I was going to say. Texas, those places not in Texas. Texas is landlord-friendly.
Right.
If you go somewhere that's tenant-friendly, you're going to be...
I think the East Coast is like that, huh? And the West Coast.
Yeah.
East and West Coast, yeah.
Like that. Those really high, dense areas.
They arrested the lady. They arrested the property owner for going in her property when squatters was in there. Right. In New York.
Corey, Patrick, y'all want to chime in? Barry?
I agree with what he's saying, especially about the interest rate. I mean, borrowing again. I mean, he makes it sound real good, but not with those. Well, you say 8%. I mean, really.
8% on 200,000. What's that? Right at $1,900, B, or 1,700?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be close to that. Probably about 17, 18.
And you talking about renting it for $1,500.
But
If it be realistic,
you got cash flow.
He'll probably get 2,000 for it if it's a nice 3-2.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be 2,000. But the cash flow is not what I'm concerned about. It's gonna be all right. I could borrow against, I can pull 35% out. So I'm gonna get 24 here, or do I have more buying power by doing it that way? And then can I leverage my money that way?
The refi part, yes, that is a known strategy. B. Once again, if that rate ain't right to do it, you better just go and take your haircut and take it 25 and move on.
Right.
Because you're gonna get roughly $100,000, but if you're coming out of pocket to pay off the $100,000, just like you're getting a regular mortgage, because your tenant is not covering itself anymore.
Right.
That's all.
Patrick, go, y'all.
You don't necessarily have to pay taxes on those gains.
Right. That's the thing. You don't have to pay taxes on borrowed money either.
True.
So you're saving that $13,000.
True.
1031 exchange it, then you ain't got to pay taxes.
I'm talking about after. This is the first property, so I'm just saying. You can get 1031 exchange and jump that straight into something else. Real quick.
But that's a tough one, though, that be to say which one is best to flip and burn in this climate. Because if your money is right, yeah, you can hold it because you got plenty of money to keep moving. But if it's your first and you're trying to get out there, you just turn them over. Number one, to get the experience of turning one over. Because if you buy one, hold one, fix it and hold it, you never know what it's like, what the process is gonna look like to sell it, as far as making a decision on what type of offer to take, as far as what type of deal you want to put together when it comes down to your end buyer. You just don't know that part. And a savvy investor has been through all those different experiences. That's what makes them good. They know what it's like to flip a house in this climate. They know what it's like to keep a house in these type of climates. And you can't beat that experience with no amount of money.
I'm gonna
especially now, because selling now is nothing like selling during COVID. So if you got the wrong expectations, you setting yourself up for failure too.
Well, I'm gonna let Corey and Patrick chime in, and I got another doozy for you along those lines. And this is an actual client study. I don't know if he watched. He might be watching, but I might have to use his is a partner of mine as well. So he's the client/partner. So I know he's cool with letting me use his analogy on air.
So but, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but for me, you know what I'm saying, equity is always going to be king. So, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to holding the property and making a long-term play, that's going to always be the best strategy. I don't care what market you're in. Right now, there's a lot of investors that's out there that's scared because of the actual interest rates. And like Warren Buffett said, you know what I'm saying, when others are scared, that's when you're actually able to be greedy. When others are greedy, then that's when you're able to be scared. That's when you should be scared. And I think right now there's a lot of investors right now that's running scared. I think now is the time that you get in. You take the lesser cash flow, and then when actual rates get better, the end of this year, next year, whatever the case may be, then you're able to refinance and get that big cash flow that you're looking for. But there's a reason why there's a lot of celebrities and a lot of business owners that are choosing to take equity now over a check. Instead of you just write me this $1 million check, you know what I'm saying, let me get some shares of the company. Put that in shares, you know what I'm saying, give me that equity. It's because, you know what I'm saying, it's the greatest long-term play. If you're continuously out there flipping properties, you're never able to retire. But if you continue to accumulate rentals and then that starts bringing you in $10,000 a month passively, you can retire. So to me, you know what I'm saying, one strategy is a no-brainer over the next. If you truly want to take it to the next level, if you choose to flip, make your money, put that into a rental. Do another flip, take that money, put it into another rental. Do another flip and do the same thing. Rinse and repeat that.
Gotcha. I mean, that again, that's the really the nailed down argument, Patrick. I know this is not your thing, but from an actual financial advisor standpoint, what do you think is the best strategy?
I'm with that one.
You muffled a little bit.
So I'm with Corey on that one with the equity and the growth, and then also it's tax friendly for you to play out that burr if you're able to, withstand the months that it takes for you to get that all set up.
Gotcha.
Because you're talking about, just to add to that, you know what I'm saying, you're talking about a major difference between short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains if you choose to hold that for at least a year or sell.
Right.
It's a pretty big difference.
Right. Like I said, it's good either way. If I had to choose, like I said, I definitely would choose the Burr. The only, unless it's circumstantial as well. If I needed to do a fix and flip, the do capital and put capital into something else, you know, I would do that, a business or something like that. So I need to flip this and I need to put it to something else outside of real estate. You know, that's a possibility as well.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, this is a time like to be very intentional, not just on price point, but location and all of that. Like, you can't afford to make the wrong mistake, especially with this market at this climate.
I got one for y'all. I want everybody to chime in on this. So, client, younger, millennial, already owns a house, already has a investment property in Conroe, owns a house in Sugarland, paying a note on, wants to get into a multifamily. Or he was asking my advice, or would you just go ahead and wait and hop into like just get this later on, just get like a DSCR and just get like pay the 15-20% down, get like a DSCR and not have to leave out of his house and not have to hop into do the house hacking thing. What was y'all say the best strategy? Let me rephrase it to make it easy. Already owns a house, Sugarland, good location. Second house, investment property in Conroe.
He's living in the house. He's living in the house in Sugarland.
Yeah.
That's his primary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Primary.
All right.
Owns a house in Conroe. Investment property already.
That's rented out already.
Rented out already.
Okay.
What's the best strategy getting into multifamily?
Like,
let's leave it like that.
Multifamily or commercial?
No, multifamily 2 to 4 doors.
Okay. Is he trying to keep the rental?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to add to his income. It's going to depend on if he can float it.
Well, the question is, what's the best strategy? And he can afford it. What's the best strategy?
In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, the best strategy would be able to house hack a multifamily.
Okay.
The biggest, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, the biggest thing is that, you know what I'm saying, is capital preservation. So I want to preserve my capital as much as possible. If he put 20% into a property, you know what I'm saying, I think he can do wonders or do other investments with that money instead of sticking it to a property. If he does it as his primary residence, one, he's going to get a good amount of appreciation. He's going to get a good amount of money back on that property. If he stays in that property for 2 years as his primary residence, he would be able to cash out after 2 years, 6 figures, over 6 figures, or whatever the case may be, and he gets all that tax free because that was his property for his primary residence for 2 years. So, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, instead of sticking that inside the house, he house hacks, and then, you know what I'm saying, he takes his other money that he has and choose to place that in investments elsewhere.
Gotcha. I'm gonna leave mine to the end. Go ahead. I'll open it up. Whoever wants to jump in.
I'd say get 6 doors or 5 doors instead of 4.
Well, right. Now you're talking commercial.
Right.
Right.
I think he'd be able to scale whatever it is he's trying to do a whole lot faster with that extra door to take it to commercial.
Well, commercial now you got different. Now that's a different ball game as far as lenders. Now most lenders gonna want 35% down.
Right.
You know, so it's a different ball game. Now you can't house hack that.
Yeah, you said he had it though, right?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, don't stop at 4, get that 5th door and level up.
He had it, but it's not all money's no expense. Don't forget he's still on a come up budget.
Right.
Oh, okay. But yeah, house hacking then.
You say house hacking?
Yeah, if it's come up budget, if it ain't papered up, yeah.
Gotcha. Would you say, Barry?
I'm leaving that to the ones that's closer to the investments. The investors.
that's the realtor
not,
thing. He come here, hey man, I want to. If a client come to me, hey man, I want to get into multifamily, man. I'm trying to do some investment. Which way you gonna guide him?
Huh?
He said, man, I want
I'm
to.
gonna do my research on it first. I mean, I'm not gonna just say something just to be saying it.
Gotcha. So very funny. What you got? What you got, Hyman? You know.
So the house in Sugarland, does he have some equity in that?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Can he
I
touch
don't know exactly, but he's been in there. I want to say 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
He ain't got that much.
You never know because
Did he put 20 down? Did he put 20% down?
Prior to 2020, yeah, you got a lot of equity. I mean, well, you got some equity because the price boosted up within the last 4 or 5 years.
Did he put 20% down?
I don't think you don't need to. I mean, because this because the raw costs went up, the inflation.
He bought in 2020.
I don't know exactly when. Don't quote me on it again. I don't know exactly, but
so
he's been in there for 4 or 5 years, let's say.
To number one, yes, we're gonna put you in something. I would tell him, okay, look, we're gonna go creative, man. I'm not gonna go get you a triplex that's already done. We're gonna go find you something that we can convert, and we're gonna look into private money. We're gonna talk to B. This is the deal. How can you make the deal work, right? Because if he's not able to tap into equity in either, whether his primary or his investment, let's say if he's not able to get to that money, okay, we're just gonna find you something we can create a multifamily out of it, and you can house hack it like that. So if we get you into private money, we find you some where your cash to close is less than $15,000. You're able to fix it up, and you live in one, rent out the rest, come back to you and refinance it into maybe a nice conventional, because we've already forced the equity that makes it worth more at that point. Then yes, that's the strategy I give him.
So basically, you just doing a complicated house hack.
Well, the issue is that if he's on a come up budget, he's not trying to put $50,000-$60,000 into an already ready made triplex, fourplex, or whatever. He's not trying to do that.
Why would he need to at 5%?
Well, even at 5%, right now the average multifamily right now is going for about $340. That's on a nice duplex.
Right. So
at 5%, well, that's still $15,000.
About 15,000. Yeah, he's not
plus your closing costs. That's still 20. Right. If you could take that same 20 and get you something that you create and force the equity, you can turn around and come back and refinance and pull that money out, the equity that you created, and then you can continue on building from there.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's what my advice would be to him.
Yeah,
I would tell him to do it that way.
I got what you're saying. All right, so when you say that that makes sense. So you saying that you'll get more bang for your buck about making a actual multifamily as opposed to buy one already ready
to go. Just go in and do it yourself, and you can still live there, right? You can still come to you and say, "B, I live in this house. It's going to refinance it as my primary home." You're able to do it. Say, "Oh, you got some cash. Okay, what can I get this cash out? How can I get the cash out?" That's where we get your expertise, and you make it happen from there.
The issue would be, I would think, would be getting that initially financed. I know we probably, after it's done, you could get it financed to home style. I mean, to like a regular conventional, but it would take, like you said, private money in order to get the construction going in order to make it.
Yeah, you start with private and refinance it to something that you offer. You can do. I mean, it's a one-stop shop for you. You give him the private money or hard money. You convert him out into something else 5 months later once he's done.
Gotcha. And then he's gonna make when he refinances, he's gonna make it the actual.
And then you give him the option. Right, look,
primary
you can. Hey, here you got equity in this thing. Appraisal came in at this amount. Hey, you can get this loan amount. We'll give you $50,000 at closing. All your fees, and you get $50,000. He's gonna jump on that all day long.
Right, I got what
all day long. Yeah, you gonna be the best
part
of his life.
We might have to start putting this a segment, man. Real life scenarios, man. Real life scenario brainstorm. That's what Matthew Mac do. We make us his think tank. You know. So his brains, because I was leaning, just to put my 2 cents in. I was leaning. My values are different. At first, I was leaning to go ahead. I like to boost, have my equity in my businesses, and I like to run it up, and I like to have my businesses, pay for stuff. and like dogs or like the shampoo. I like to maximize those, and I have that. So I would try to, instead of moving, I would try to actually do a DSCR. That was my initial. That would be me. That's because that's my values. But for him, I think I'm leaning more towards the house hack because he has no problem with moving. He's a little bit younger. Going rent my main house out of Sugarland and make we could do an apartment residence on that, and then he could live in there like a year or so. I'm not doing all that shuffling.
Yeah, that's why you need to get in while you're younger.
Right, like I'm not trying to move in for a year to move in. Nah, I'm not trying to do all that.
Yeah,
So
when you get old like us, you don't.
Like, yeah.
And
So
here's the thing. You don't even have to do the house hack with the scenario I put on the table, dog. You just fix it, put your renters in, and say let's refi. It's cash flowing. Let's go, and
right.
it automatically gets the money.
You
He's never
accelerated
moved
the equity in that,
and that's it.
Right. Well, so you back to my original inclination. Like, all right, so the only thing that you added with that 1 degree. All right, let's make a actual multifamily.
Yep.
So that's so that's another option. See, that's what I said. Option I hadn't thought about. I was thinking it as is. So that's good to have a think tank on that. Let's go to the next one. Anybody had anything else on that? I'll go to the next joint.
Now, just so I'm clear, so he can create that multifamily with 20,000 is all you need to do that. Is that pretty much what he said?
Yeah, we're doing hard money.
20,000 and an idea.
Right. So now it got to be a certain type of property. You got to that would be more of a Hyman type expertise because he got the IR. We could do is close this wall off. We could make this put a bathroom here and all that, and we make this instead of a single family, we make this a triplex. So that way I could get 1,400 here and 1,000 here, and that's
half the house in third ward like that.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And that's speaking of which, and that's why I'm going to this
all that too, right?
To this next clip right here. It's perfect timing. You know what I mean? Good segue. I'm glad we mentioned that. Let's go ahead and
talk. I don't see any comments. Anybody watching? Throw some questions on here.
And the Lower East Side, but every single inch is thought out to the last detail. This micro studio is ready to move in. It's fully furnished.
Can y'all hear this?
Fully thought out.
Yeah,
it's a little tough.
Kind of.
You've got a bathroom right here. You've got like a closet over here.
It's all the way up.
Storage for the kitchen starts up here, goes all the way across to the end, and entirely on the bottom, aside for the built-in dishwasher right here. Induction stovetop, big sink, refrigerator, and freezer. And these appliances are smaller on purpose. The apartment is a small apartment, but you can still host a dinner party. I'm going to show you how. Murphy bed is right up there. You keep your pillows below there. And you grab the handle right here, pull. You look at these books, not moving. And you're good to go. You've got a night light over there, another one over there. You've got storage right here, there, and right in here. There's a built-in dining nook with more storage below, and your shower. There's your mirror. Go over behind, floating vanity, another mirror, toilet. This bathroom has a clean look. And again, you can just bring your suitcase and move in. Now, the building has about 30 of these, and these are built for one person, so about 30 people. Now, if you want to host and have some people over, want to have a dinner party, there's a private lounge just for you. This is a better kitchen than you'll get in any New York City apartment, especially at this price point. Look at how big this fridge and freezer is. This is commercial grade and it's open to 30 tenants. That's all. You've got a kitchen you can use, you've got a sitting area, you've got a TV and a lounge, and there you have it. They built tiny studios on the Lower East Side, but every single inch is thought out to the last detail. This micro studio is ready to move in. It's fully.
Oh, they had the price. I know they said the price.
Studio.
$39.50 a unit. The reason I put this on there twofold. First of all, thank God we're in Texas. You know,
Right.
because like I said, you know, yeah, that's how they living out there in New York. They're paying 3 times as much for 4 times as less. You know, so
Traffic so bad in Houston.
yeah, like I said, that's $4,000 for that little furnished spot, which is basically used to be a hotel. You can tell. You know, it used to be a hotel. You can tell how big the bathroom is. That it used to be a hotel. And they, you know, they took the meeting area, made it into a kitchen. You know, so how it piggybacks off the last clip is that they took commercial spot and created a multifamily or commercial spot that they could do studios, apartments out there, and ready to move in for businessmen. You pack your suitcase, boom, you're there. You got your Murphy bed, and you know you got your, you know, where you could the SSS, what is it, shit shower shave. You know what I mean? And that's it. You got that, you know, where it's affordable for New York, $4,000. That's ridiculous. We could be in Siena PlayStation for that. Out here in a mini mansion with a theater room and all that. That'd be bigger than that'd be one closet in Siena. But it go to show you a couple of things, how you get creative with real estate, with renovation loans, and that's what I'm starting to get into a lot as well. Cause I got about 3, 4 of them on deck. Also, it's about, I don't know, we crazy about these prices out here in Texas. We got taxes, but hey, I'd rather the taxes than what they got going on in New York, man. I don't see the attraction in New York where you $12 for a slice of pizza and you $4,000 on you got to be multi man out there, and then you got to walk everywhere, man. So I like the culture music, but I wouldn't want to live there. It's a nice place to visit. You can't. I like to drive. I like cars and stuff like that. You can't do none of that in New York, man. Then you got to shut up. What if I don't like my neighbors? I got to share the kitchen with 30 people.
Right. That's what I was thinking when I saw that.
That's when you're having that's when you're having like a dinner party, though. If it's just you by yourself, you're fine. But if you're having a party where you have more than seemed like 3 guests, you go over there and you do it.
You say 3 guests.
Well, you notice that they didn't have a TV
every night. Every night
they didn't have a TV in the what you call it? I know you can put a TV in there, but the TV, you know, that's movie night. Every night you gonna have the old woman with the cat that's there watching what y'all watching. And y'all gonna sit there with y'all Crocs on and watch movies every night.
Right. And then you're gonna hate your neighbors because you go kick them out of that lounge every night.
Right. Exactly. So you know, it's communal living. It's communal living. I guess that's why it's a blue state, because you got to get along with a lot of people. You get that close proximity.
It's the thing, though. It's conditioning. We've all been conditioned to be comfortable in the environments that we're in.
Right.
Like they used to that minimalist lifestyle. We get down here, we need big closets because we got a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes.
Right.
Yeah, I looked at that. I was looking at the closet by the bed, and I'm like,
they had a closet by the stove. A closet in the kitchen when you first come in. You had a closet by the refrigerator. I was like, goodness gracious.
Man, you gonna have your pots and pans by your sneakers.
Right. I got one of the closets over here that's bigger than that. I got stuff from.
That's definitely for the single person that doesn't have anything.
Right.
Yeah, you just working.
Not even a dog.
He still got his Freaknik outfit from '98.
Yeah, I probably got some old clothes that I know I can't fit. I got, can't get one leg in that's still in there somewhere. So. But anybody else want to comment? But that's right now. That's people living like that right now today, man. It's
Hey, but
that's luxury living in New York. That's luxury living.
Imagine living like that here, like the minimalist. That like
it's coming.
It'll be less stressful.
It's coming.
More easy going.
Well, the issue is that with a lot of those buildings like that, because of what happened with the pandemic and everybody realized you can do everything remote, you really don't need as much office space. The office buildings are more trying to get to that point where they're going to be converted into multifamily living spaces or hotels.
Right.
The issue is that you got to find the right one to do it in. Like that one was a perfect one because the mechanicals was all in the right spots to create the restrooms and to create the refrigerators and all the electrical situation. But that is a really big trend that's coming up out of the what's that? Tennessee? What? Tennessee Midwest? Is Tennessee Midwest, CJ? Coming
South.
down.
Yeah, Midwest. Yeah, well,
Something like
Mid
that.
South. They call it the
Mid-
Mid South.
In the mid, right? So a lot of those industrial buildings and older buildings are beginning to get converted like that. We have one here. Well, actually, we have two. What's that when you're going down 59? If you're coming from the north side going to the south side, remember El Mercado? Y'all probably not familiar with Second World.
Sharpstown?
Nah, El Mercado is a Mexican area where they used to come together and do that quinceañeras and take pictures and stuff like that.
Right.
They tore down that whole. They didn't tear down the whole warehouse. They created into a big old apartment complex.
Okay.
Right there off of Canal Street on the left hand side. They also
Navigation and Canal over there.
There you go, Navigation and Canal. Good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then you have, I think it's that not Sawyer Heights. Sawyer Heights was the same way. It was an old building that they converted into multifamily. It's not unknown for them to do it as long as the structure, the mechanicals of the building is possible. Yes, you can repurpose any building though, and it's not unrealistic. It costs a lot more money, but you can see it just turns out to be beautiful. Sawyer Heights, El Jarapado, whatever the name of the building is. And then you have the one across the way from Minute Maid. That was the same. There used to be an old abandoned warehouse that they created.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to live down there.
Even in downtown Houston, though, they have those mixed use towers, right?
Right.
Certain levels are business offices, certain levels are residential, and then certain are just short term. Some of those real big, large towers downtown are that way.
Right. Yep. Well, y'all jumping ahead. That's my next clip. I don't want you to get too much in that. What y'all got to say about really like the difference as far as the economies? It's almost like we're the same country with two different economies, as opposed to like down south, and like the coast, East Coast and West Coast.
At the end of the day, they're still trying to solve that one big problem, which is affordable housing. And the only way to make housing affordable, you have to make it smaller.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. Well, it's smaller as it's gonna get in New York.
But it's still it has to be affordable.
Hold on.
Small.
But shoot, what was it, last week or the week before? You had a small little apartment in that.
Yeah, that was the same dude. That was, that was
the same one.
So that's way bigger than that other one.
Now it's about the same size for but that one, that bathroom was bigger.
That other one was way smaller.
Right.
And it was shaped.
Right. It's New York, period, like that. There's not enough space, for a lot of people.
Even if it's not enough space, even if you come here in Texas, you still have some smaller spaces like that. And the only why it's smaller is cheaper in comparison to New York. Right, so here you get 400 square feet. Up there is 400 square feet, 4,000. Here, 400 square feet puts you at 700. That's still affordable for here in Texas. That's damn near affordable for them up there in New York. As a rental, yeah.
Well, I think those those crate. What is it? The
container joint.
Containers and there's other Amazon making, Home Depot making. I think that's gonna be a thing. Like buying a piece of land and just sticking those on there.
Yeah, Tesla has one as well.
Tesla got a house coming.
Container homes are solid. The only issue with container homes is you still have to insulate them, right? You still got to go through the same process of building, and so that building cost is still going to be. You're not eliminating. The only thing you eliminate is framing at that point. Because you still have to anchor it to the ground. You still got to do the groundwork for it, for plumbing and utilities and all that stuff. So you're only reducing the cost of framing and the cost of importing wood.
And with containers as well, I read that they don't last that long, right? So you're not going to get 40 years out of container house. You'll probably get 25, 30.
Right. That's a whole nother mobile home situation again. Remember when mobile homes hit like gangbusters back in the day?
Hey, get you a triple wide.
Well, they got. That's what I wanted to play the other day. They got the first HUD, duplex, mobile home that's available now. First HUD certified duplex mobile home.
That's now on the market. You have to just secure it to the land for it to be considered eligible.
Yeah, you got to secure the land, but the design is approved.
Yeah, just take the wheels off and then it's a house.
Yeah, it's duplex. But I think that's the future. I think we played last week where you got the big Airbnb. I think everybody that how it's laid out now, I think cities are going to be different. I think you're going to have the big Airbnb subdivisions where you got 12, 10 bathrooms and 10 bedrooms where you can have the conferences and stuff, and all the homeboys come on in for the weekend and all that stuff. You're going to have those. You're going to have the small, single, stacked on each other type houses, and you're going to have the new trailer parks where you got the Tesla homes and you got the container homes where you can park and you can release those out and move those things. So, and I think that's going to be a rush on that where you could sit there and do those, drop those houses off, and they got all the technology. You plug it in and it's almost like an electric house, like an electric car. You just instead of it's plugging, you plug in the bathroom, you plug in the electric, and you can move it. But it's more sleek and more smart than a trailer, and make it more comfortable.
I mean, they got toilets and stuff now that don't need water.
Right.
That turn your waste into compost, and then you can repurpose it for gardens and stuff like that. So there's all kind of stuff out here now, man.
Right. I think it's going to future forward. Let's get into the next one real quick because it piggybacks off of that. Let's go get into the next one real quick, and then we can go ahead. I got one other than that, and then we can go ahead and chime in. Let's go ahead. These two kind of
$4.7 trillion of commercial real estate debt are due in the next 2 years. About $1 trillion of that debt is due this year, 2024. People aren't paying for offices. That's why they're sitting vacant. Everyone's sweetheart, multifamily housing, is also struggling. Investors overestimated rent growth and over-leveraged. With all this debt, it's doubtful anyone would lend on new construction to build affordable housing. Inflation's still sticky. Markets are looking doomed. Comment your thoughts. $4.7 trillion of commercial real estate debt are due in the next.
All right, so what say y'all on that?
You shitting me, because I mean, you know what I'm saying, as many apartment complexes as I've seen, you know what I'm saying, get built right now, that can't be the case.
Right. He sounds doom and gloom right there.
Yeah, he was extreme in what he was talking about.
So
and then he said they're not building. They're not building.
Well, he said it's gonna be hard to actually to get money for affordable housing.
Did he say affordable or just housing?
I'll run it back. Let's run it back.
Yeah, go on.
And at the same time, he didn't say Houston.
Yeah, he just said period.
So he could be talking about where he is.
About $1 trillion of that debt is due this year, 2024. People aren't paying for offices. That's why they're sitting vacant. Everyone's sweetheart, multifamily housing, is also struggling. Investors overestimated rent growth and over-leveraged. With all this debt, it's doubtful anyone would lend on new construction to build affordable housing. Inflation's still sticky. Markets are looking doomed. Comment your thoughts. $4.7 trillion of commercial real estate.
He did say affordable.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna finance affordable housing. They putting up luxury class A joints. Those are popping up all over the place, A and B. But as far as affordable housing, they may not. Because if you think about it, we talked about how the middle class is basically turning into the lower class. So affordability is still an issue.
Right. And you already segued to the last clip, so yeah. I put him right on point, man. I put him right on point. But
I can see where offices, though. I can see where offices can become a problem, especially ever since COVID, because you know what I'm saying, it changed the way workplaces go now. You know what I'm saying, a lot of people are working from home, so you don't need as much office space to house your peoples, and you don't need office space at all. You know what I'm saying, for some companies to house your people, because everybody is Zoom calls and stuff like that from now. So I can see where office space, but when it comes to affordable living and multifamily, I don't see it at all, especially not in Houston.
Well, what he's saying is they over leveraged themselves. Now the money got tight for everything else.
Right, that's what he's saying. But money can't be tight, you know what I'm saying, if it's going up everywhere.
Right.
Well, they pulling back.
It ain't going up everywhere.
Yeah, so
I just saw in Baltimore. They just passed a thing in Baltimore where they let people buy those beat up joints for like $1.
Right.
Y'all seen that?
You talk about like them houses that you blow on and they fall over?
Like in Amsterdam, like from The Wire, those joints.
Right.
You get them for $1.
Well, they just, you know, you got to put some money
Trap
into
house.
it. Yeah, they hoping you put some money into it.
I
But
mean, Detroit did the same thing.
right. Well, I think what he's saying is, again, just back to the clip. I think what he's saying is that money is tight on the investor because I'm looking for two investors on two businesses, and money a lot tighter than what it was 3-4 years ago. I mean, well, you know, since Biden been in office, like a lot of people taking chances on investments. That's what he's talking about on investments, though. You know, so a lot of people get, you know, that's what they do with the, you know, when a lot of Dems get in office, they pull back, and they'll hoard money, and then when the money flowing, they'll start spending again, start taking more chances. That's just what it is. Patrick, if you will back me up on this, do you notice the trends on that? Like as far as big money and taking chances, they'll pull back.
I think money moves with the opportunity. We're just talking about the markets in general. The markets are up, 20, 25%. They're up 10.5% this year to date. So people are making money. What the smart money is doing is they're taking profits right now. You guys have probably seen those reports of, Elon
Everybody catching up.
and right, and the guy from J.P. Morgan. They're all selling their shares for $5-6 billion. So people they got cash. What they do with it, like you said, hey, some people say it's the politician, whoever's in office, but I think money goes where the opportunity lies. And so if somebody's not pulling the trigger on something, it's because they don't believe it's a good deal. They think they can find something better. But people have made money since the pandemic, a lot of money.
Yeah, man.
Right. So,
All right,
do you think before we pivot over that, do you think that investors are thinking that right now in this current climate that affordable housing is not a good deal?
It's not. It's not.
Right.
The government is not. The government is not stepping in anymore to offer those wonderful tax breaks on building affordable housing. They're not. The government's not doing that right now. The buildings that we see going, and I'm gonna preface it exactly for Houston. The apartments and the buildings that you see going up right now, the government offered a wonderful rate for them to build that to help with this housing crisis we have here. This is preferring Houston. I live on the north side on 2920. I got like 5 apartment complexes going up right now, and they are out astronomically high.
Right.
Are they being leased? They're a little bit being leased. Like, and it's not even luxury though. It's just it is a basic unit though. But the cost of building this basic unit is astronomical. We've talked about ad nauseum about the cost of construction. That is going to hit everyone. So none of this stuff is going to be affordable. The developers who are coming in to build or who already build and are about to deliver, when that building is finished, when it's about to be delivered, they're expecting one set of margins, and that margin is not coming in. And the guy is right. For office buildings, yes, they're not going to get foreclosed on. Bigger banks are going to come buy them out to have that portfolio to say, okay, they maybe wanted a piece of market share of Kentucky. They may want a market share of West Virginia. They might want those shares instead of trying to go in there and spending their money and find an investor to approve. They just buy out their portfolio and say, okay, I got it. Don't worry about it. We'll help them get back on track. Here, with building new affordable housing, it is virtually impossible until you get the material situation under wraps. And that's not going to happen no time soon. As far as money moving with Democrat and Republican, yes, that is very true. When Republicans in the office, money moves a lot fluid because there's less red tape.
Right.
There is less red tape when the red is in the office.
Right.
That is a given known fact.
Right. Well, they're pro-business on that aspect.
Pretty much.
Before we go to the next one, anybody else want to chime in on that? And you're gonna see the overarching with this last clip. I got one clip last for sure. If I got time, I got maybe 2, but this last clip is going to bring a button to what I was saying. This was brought to by CJ earlier this week, and he kind of set the theme for this whole thing besides the Diddy clip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and run this last one, and then we could go and time out of overarching.
$325, $350, $450. But how are we gonna afford the mortgage? We'll worry about that later. $1.2 million. Cash. Guess who? $2 million bajillion dollars. Sold to the private equity company.
So I'll let y'all go ahead and chime in on that. What say y'all on that little skit there? You know,
it's hard to compete with the big boys, man.
Right.
Right. You want some of that clip up? Since that was your suggestion, CJ?
Very much so. Though. Private equity firms are making massive moves right now.
Yep. A lot of these firms and even some of these financial institutions are going after large pieces of land, large groups of property, and holding on to it. So it's really cutting out not just the middleman, the lower man, individual purchases. Like it's difficult when they got cash on hand like that, and you're competing with the loan. Cash is king in this industry, so what do you do?
Nothing much you can do, man.
Yeah.
Nothing you can
Yeah, I know.
do.
I saw an article that said like in Atlanta, like 19,000 homes are owned by like 3 companies.
Right.
Yep.
I mean,
Right. There are businesses that are actually, that's their business model, is to go out and buy residential. And they'll have, like you said, 20, 30,000 units across so many states.
I mean, we've been seeing it already for years with Camilo. They've been doing it for a minute.
But they build their own community and
yeah.
They don't buy homes up. They build their own community.
They build a whole community.
Right.
And they've been doing it for years.
Well, that's one of the things that's driving the prices up. Also, like I said, I definitely agree with Hyman. Like how, I think it's a niche. I think, those it's gonna have a gold rush as far as like the trailer park homes. They have to revamp it, make it cool, and that's gonna be the new affordable housing. It's gonna be mobile homes. It's gonna be.
What's considered affordable? What number is that, you guys? What is?
Well, that's what a teacher could afford it by herself. A single teacher could afford it by herself.
$60,000 to $70,000 a year is the annual salary for Texas.
Yeah, that's affordable housing. That's affordable. 50 to 60,000.
So what does 60,000 income qualify you for as far as
50,000 income? That means your debt to income ratio. Let's just use a quick math. That means you're making about, let's say, $6,000 a month. Roughly 60,000. You divide that in half. That's 50. That's 50 DTI. That's $3,000 that you have to fit all your bills, and including the new note. So the average price, my formula that I use is in Houston area is about $850 per 100,000. So you're looking at $200,000 home at $1,700. So 250 is approximately $2,100 ish. So off top, $2,100 is going to your note. So that means the rest of your bills can't be more than like $900 or so. $1,000. That includes like your student loan payments, your credit card, your car note, and all that stuff.
Nope. Yeah.
So affordable home is 200,000 or less.
But 200, 250 right now, but 200,000 is that sweet spot. So if we could get like I said, there's not a lot of
65.
Yeah. But they used to have a plethora of houses at 185, 165.
Back in what, 2010?
Nah, back in 2020. 2019, 2018.
You can find something.
Maybe 2018, not 2020.
Well, 2020 was the tail end. The tail end of it. Then all of a sudden moved, because I did a lot of loans like for the 200,000 in 2020. Yeah, in Houston. Yeah. Now you can't at Atlanta. That's gone. Yeah, by Atlanta you can't find on 200,000. You 300. But Houston, yeah, you can find something 180, 185. I did one 210 that closed last week.
185 and 210 are very far numbers from each other.
They're in the ballpark.
No.
Yeah, they're in the ballpark. Now,
what's that $20,000 difference?
Hey,
yeah,
one of them has
30.
30.
One of them has a roof. The other one might have got skylights.
I'm talking about as far as quality of living is in the ballpark. Yeah, you don't really start. Yeah, you know, you don't really start upgrading as far as quality of living till you get in the 250s, 300s. Now you might have you might get robbed now. This place.
And here's the thing, though. Even in 300,
So you don't need the burglar bars anymore.
Yeah, you don't need the burglar ball on. You know, the 250 is the number, magic number. Scare the burglars away.
Nah, let me see what 300s. You'll get a fully upgraded house. Barely. I do mean barely. I mean with level 1 quartz, level 1 granite, the big tile that the builders put in. That's about it. None of that fly stuff we see. About 250, you'll get an updated kitchen. At 200, nothing will be updated. It'll just be clean with fresh paint. Best way to ballpark it right there.
Yeah.
Right. You might have
I
white
was just curious what affordable
yeah,
is.
you might have white.
We
I did,
I just
I
wanted
did
to
a
kind of
240 not too long ago, and I mean it was pretty basic, but
Yeah,
it was nice.
Hey, but
it was clean. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was clean.
That was it, man.
Move in ready. You got to get in
ready.
somewhere.
Right. So I mean, so basically the overarching theme of this is affordable housing is going bye-bye. So you know you're gonna have to team up with somebody, do tenants in common. You're gonna have to get more money, have more hustles, like I always preach. In the Dolls and Doors will be seminar to be on Saturday. Shameless plug. You need to get more hustles, or you need to get a better job. Where or own a business. You're gonna have to do something. More income. It's just yesterday's price or not today's prices. What you could get 5 years ago, you're not. Those rules are gone. So
yeah, it's been gone. You can't. You paying $10 for a dozen eggs. You think you're gonna get a house for the same price?
Right. Well, you could back in the days. Like that's the point that people hadn't wrapped their head around. You could make, $30,000 a year, a few years back and still be able to afford a house. I'm not talking about the 2000s. I'm talking about the 90s, possibly. But now $50,000, you're not gonna be able to cut it. You need to make 70. You need to make 80. And that's only a small percentage of the population. A lot of people, if you unskilled or you entry level, you just ain't got it. Not by yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you need to get together, house hack. Now's the time. Get together with the homegirl, get together with the homeboy, house hack. Get that fourplex. Y'all rent out y'all two, and then and rent out the other two.
Man, just like that video with those 3 ladies that bought like 50 years ago.
Right.
But I forgot for how much, but now they're selling for a couple mil or something like that.
Right.
They went in together on it.
Right. Well, that's the thing, is like you're never gonna be able to compete with BlackRock. You're not gonna be able to do it, so and
got here with BlackRock, JP Morgan jumping in there, it's a wrap.
Yeah, so the game plan is you got to decide which side you want to be on. You want to be a permanent renter where you own nothing? Some people are all right with that. Some people are all right with that. Some people, or do you want to hop in the game and you want to, have your kids have an inheritance? You can do that. But I can't put my values on everybody else. That's what I got to refrain from doing. That's what I'm getting more growth in. Like what I value, somebody else might not value. I'm still starting to learn this. Some people might not like to own anything. No Uber everything and rent everything.
People like that.
Hey, that's just like entrepreneurship ain't for everybody.
Yeah, some people don't like how I see Hyman don't like those side hustles, man. You talk against side hustles. Hyman don't like side hustles. You want to clock in, clock out, and then chill.
Oh man, killing your boy, dog. Killing your boy, dog.
Nah, I mean I'm the side hustle king. You know what I mean? So I'm going I got an hour. What can I do in that hour? I drive. I ride share if I need to. You know what I mean? Sure, I'll make that money.
B, you ain't doing no damn ride share. Stop it.
I do ride share.
Stop it. You ain't doing no Uber Eats. Stop it.
Man, I did ride share in 2000. You gotta ask CJ, man. I did ride share. I got a whip distance ride share. I did about 2-3 months. I was just proving the point. Because to my little cousin, I had a mentee. My cousin, I took him under my wing. Long story short, my uncle died of Lou Gehrig's disease, right? So my aunt died of sickle cell. So I took my cousin underneath my wing. He was at the time he was like 26, 27, so he ain't had no more family besides my mom and myself. So all right, I'm gonna get y'all here in Houston. I'm gonna show you what to do. Try to get him a job. Got him lined up at gallery, blew that interview. Got him lined up exclusive, blew that interview. All right, let's until you get something, do Lyft, do Uber. He was doing that, making $3. Like, bro, I guarantee I could work my job. I can get out there after I leave and do my calls, and I get out there and make more money than you. So I brought a little whip that rode, went out there, and I was making about $1,000 a week. I was making, but from like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do it from like 5 to midnight. Dude, I was making about $100, $150, $200 a day. Easy money. All you doing is riding. That was the easiest money I ever made. That was easy money, man. I don't see it, man. I think it's broke as a mind frame. You got to want to be broke. Like I don't get it.
You can go get Uber Black with that Range Rover now, though.
I got rid of the Range. I got rid of the Range this weekend.
You get Uber Black with the Range, though.
Nah, that Range is depreciated. I was sneezing on it, was depreciated. I was looking at it. As I was looking at it, the value was going down on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I can't look at it. I'm trying to, I'm looking away. Make sure it holds its value. So, but nah, that thing melted. Let's play this last clip, man. I see. Last clip and then roll out, man. This is a funny one to me. So I got it bad. I don't like bad financial decisions.
Congratulations on buying your first house. Here's your packet.
Okay, perfect. So my payment for the next at least 12 months is going to be $2,150.
Yeah, $2,149, but you can round up.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So here's your escrow analysis for the last year. You do have a shortage of $5,212.
What do you mean a shortage of $5,212?
It means you paid that amount under what you were supposed to pay last year.
Do you remember when I was here last year and I asked you if my payment was $2,149?
Yes, of course I remember. That's the amount that you were supposed to be paying.
So you gave me the wrong amount to pay per month?
Nope. $2,150 was the correct amount, and that's the amount that you should have been paying.
Okay, so you told me $2,149. I paid $2,149. And now you're telling me that I'm short $5,000.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
I need you to explain it because I just asked you if you told me the wrong amount and you said no.
But I didn't give you the wrong amount. I gave you the right amount, $2,149.
So you told me to pay $2,150. I paid $2,150. You're telling me even now that that's the correct amount that I was supposed to be paying last year, but somehow I have a shortage.
Congratulations on buying your first house.
Yeah, I had to stick that in there right fast.
I like the pause in there. The pause is it.
Right, so I get this a lot though too, like with people that first time home buyers that they want to go to the builder. I think the builders lenders are like these bottom feeder buying agents. You get what you pay for. They only making 50, 25 bips, so they don't give a damn. So they're gonna get you in that house, and you think your payment's gonna be one thing, and then the next year it's gonna be something else. And then explain to you that it was on unimproved taxes that year was on just on the dirt.
The dirt.
Okay, right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, that had to be with the property taxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the
So they
dirt.
tell you that. So, you know, and then they're gonna, you know, it's gonna be your fault. But you get what you pay for. You didn't get a mortgage professional that go give you, hey, look, you're gonna get side swipe, put the money to the side, or you might want to pay over. Let you know that. In fact, I don't even do that anymore. I used to do that just to make it, you know, make it seem like I was a good guy, but nah, I'm gonna do it off of the what is it called, the mapping tax price. You know, I think UWM only not even gonna allow you to do that. You know, even if you got to pay over that first year, you're gonna pay over. That way you ain't in that deficit. You know.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
Yeah,
That was a good one, big.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
laugh.
Right. But yeah, we're gonna leave it on that note, man. Y'all be. Oh, but y'all want to chime in on that before? I was the only one that gave anything in on that. In on that.
But even not just that though, you in the market like Houston, when it gets hot and everybody's buying, running prices up, you better believe you better expect a price increase on taxes next year.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
And the way things are going with this property, homeowners insurance, you better watch that too.
Oh yeah,
going up like
mine
crazy.
jumped
You
up.
got that
Yeah,
right. That's getting ugly.
That's getting
Yeah.
ugly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
protest
Florida,
your
they can't
tax,
even get insured
protest your
anymore.
property taxes every year. Get a new quote on homeowners insurance every year, even if you like what you got.
Right,
This
right.
is-
I tell a lot of my clients to protest those property taxes, especially the folks who are getting older and elderly. I let them know that, hey, the process is they always overestimate because the process is for you to go and dispute them, right? To get the right number.
Right.
And if you don't go and dispute, then hey, that's on you. You don't know how to play the game.
Yep.
Right. Well, this is the thing as well. I mean, I know I know we was about to leave out, but we opened a whole nother can of worms with this. But we got to stop buying more than we can afford, if we can afford it. Just because it looks like, all right, this is right in my number. This is the tippy top of your budget. It don't mean that. This like this house. I'm glad I did it now, because all right, I wanted to go up to 250 back then. I had the house that I wanted was 250 with the high ceilings and all that. I decided to go take a step back and go with this one that was 185. Now it's 360. This is way too much. I got rooms that I don't even go into anymore like that. Just stay clean. My daughter been in 10 years. My daughter been slept in a bed about 3 or 4 times. So it was still way too much house for me. You see what I'm saying? But we get greedy. We want the Taj Mahal. You want to get the tippy top of your budget, and when that thing go up, now what?
Right.
Because it will.
Bust you in the mouth.
Yeah, it's gonna go up.
I paid $21.49, like you said. That's all I have.
Don't matter.
It's not funny though when you're sitting down with people and that's what they're going through.
Right.
Man,
It's not funny. I've seen that happen. But then also the certain way that some of those payments get applied into escrow with timing with some of those companies, and it screws up people's payments.
Right. Well,
I've seen that happen as well, and they're like, "Man, my note was this, and now it's that because of the way that they did my payments and all this good stuff." So yeah, it's definitely not a good feeling when it's you sitting in that seat.
Well, that's because you ain't dealing with the ace.
Even as the realtors, it's our job to explain that too, man.
Yeah.
So what?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, we gotta
Even as
explain
realtors, it's our job to explain that so they know what's coming.
Well, it's our job as well. It's the
Yeah.
mortgage. But if you got a telemarketer as a mortgage broker or a telemarketer as a mortgage person, they're not going to tell you that.
Right.
Yeah, so they hear fixed, thinking,
And they hear
okay,
fixed.
that's all. Okay,
That's it.
But
If
it's
you look at the desk, it said housing. So she was, she was on some certain time home buying program. You deal with that, you're gonna get what you get. Like, the people they're gonna cut corners and then these fees. I had one client that CJ had want me to explain how her fees all jacked up. We back to back, and my quote is killing hers. Not even close, but it's a builder. So they holding the seller concession as hostage because they own everything. But apples to apples, there's no comparison. But, so they done jack the fees all up. They don't know what they doing, bro. It's crazy. I wish I could put some of this. I'm gonna start erasing some of the pertinent information out and start clipping some of this stuff and putting it on YouTube and stuff like that. I wish I could show you some of this.
Put it on the screen, man.
But her fees are all jacked up. This chick for the builder loan officer. You want me to explain Dave Method of Madness? No, I'm not explaining it. She screwed it up. It don't make no sense because it's not right.
Yeah, the math definitely don't be mad.
Huh?
Said the math definitely don't be mad.
Nah, like they don't know what they be putting anything in there. CJ, I mean Corey, you ever seen that? You ever see like go back to back with Ellie and then, man, what the hell you? How you got these fees up in there all jacked up? What you got? You know they got the fees tore up. They got the insurance tore up. Everything tore up. The taxes all on. Like, damn, did you check the taxes? So most of them, if you don't know this stuff, and people think this apples to apples, I'm not. The only thing I can say is I can't get in her mind of where she came up with this. I can tell you it's jacked up.
But don't you get incentives going with the builder's finance company? Don't they give you incentives to help you get that done?
You can.
That's
It's
what they hold
negotiable.
over the head.
It's negotiable because it's coming from the seller, not from the finance company, not coming from the lender, coming from the seller. So it's negotiable. You know what I mean? So I can get the same thing. You know that they gonna tell you no because all right now, because shit, that's their home girl, that's their homeboy, and they monetarily link their bonus to if I can get a triple play. All right, so I got them on the finance.
Got the lender, got the title, got all that.
I got the title company. Boom, that means an extra percent. And they should do away with that. That's one of my pet peeves of the business. Like, man, of course I'm gonna try to, you try to eliminate steering, but that's the definition of steering. Like that's like I ain't tricking if you got it. That is tricking. That's one of them, that's one of them. It ain't tricking if you got it. That is the definition of tricking. That's steering.
Be over there burnt up, boy.
That's one of my pet peeves. Like, oh, that ain't steering. That steering.
Right there.
That is the definition of steering. All right, I'm going to tell you, nah, you can't get the same thing because you're not using my people. That is steering.
Legal steering.
Mm-hmm. Somebody, so and then the thing is, let's keep it all the way funky. I want Corey to chime in on this though too. Those people that work, those loan officers, if you look at and I want all the people that's listening to this on the replay, I'm gonna teach y'all this technique. Y'all go to the NMLS. That number that's next to their name, punch that thing in and see where they used to work. A lot of them used to work at Domino's, Mickey D's.
I know that's where you was going with that.
What does that have to do with it? Because they'd have made a come up, man.
My point is how you was flipping burgers one day, now you flipping loans the next day.
That's the American dream.
Half of them don't know nothing about this, man. That's why a lot of time whenever I've lost a loan, it's only been a couple of times they come right back because they can't get it closed nowhere else. And they promised you that, but they don't know how to close loans. You see what I'm saying?
What's up to my boy Gino? I see you on here, dog.
So I mean, I just had to express that, man. Like a lot of people don't know what they're doing. I wish they would do something because a lot of these buyers is about to go get their loan officer license. They're gonna try to come on our side. Y'all, if y'all trash as a buyer, I know y'all gonna be trash as a loan officer.
Ooh. You driving reckless to your future colleagues.
Man.
Man,
Coming out with the gloves off.
Yeah, the way,
Took
man.
the gloves off.
Man, I know you, but that's a lot easier. I mean, I'm sorry. When you talk about money and fees and stuff like that, and you got to get these precise numbers and stuff like that, and a lot of people, Matt wasn't y'all strong point. You're the wrong.
Dog, all you do is type. Hey, dog, all you do is type it in the
They
underwriting.
doing your taxes too.
Ain't no typing. You better know what the hell you doing.
Didn't pay attention to math class.
You didn't pay attention to math class. You can't comprehend. You can't read and then understand what you're reading. You might want to do something else.
Right.
I thought that's
it's
what
all word. It's all word problem. You know how to do
AE
word problem.
Huh?
I thought they had the AEs when you have an issue with comprehension of something. I thought you had the
Yeah,
AEs and
reading comprehension.
I mean, and the underwriter.
A lot of underwriters have reading comprehension. I think it's a sign of the time. No, it's the deterioration, it's the degradation of our society. You know, we don't. Yeah, it's just like, nah, that's not what that says. That's another thing. If you don't know, I've seen this a lot. I've seen this within this year, 2024. I'll give you not only
in the first quarter, B. Damn.
I've seen this in 2024 twice. Person that worked for me, you get pushback from the underwriter. You nut up. Oh Lord, calm down, breathe. Let's go one by one. What's the first one? Nope. Read this. They're wrong. What's the second one? Nope. They're wrong. You know what I'm saying? You got to, and what I'm saying that to say this, most loan officers, if you don't know, you're going to nut up because you have nothing to fight with. Boxing is a sport, bro. It's real. You got to be trained. You don't know how to jab and shit, you're going to get your ass whipped.
So you got to go in there and battle. Hold up, B. So
you go in there like this here, you gonna get your ass whooped.
So you got to go in there and fight with the person that's supposed to be trying to help you close the deal.
But now you got
not all of them built like that.
They ain't trying to help you.
Not all of them built like that.
You got to
not all underwriters.
Yeah, you got to go in there now. Hey, I got a contention with XYZ. You condition for this. We sent you this. Why is this still a condition?
Right.
You got to
underwriters ain't got to wait to get paid.
We closed that thing. We went, but the point is, oh Lord, we bro.
Maybe they're taught in class that the underwriter is the last
end all be all.
Yeah,
no, correct.
No,
that's correct. But here's the thing that a lot of loan officers don't understand is that, you know what I'm saying, underwriters are humans just like we are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, sometimes they are rookies. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just need to be taught in order to go up and be like, okay, well, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of loan officers take their word as Bible, and it's not.
Exactly.
Right.
And also, unless you had experience, you wouldn't know that. They think it's like a supervisor. Nah, that ain't you and my supervisor. We work together.
Right. And then people's interpretation of certain rules and guidelines is different.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so there's been many cases where you can show someone, okay, hey, I see that you understand it this way, but this is how we can actually apply that too.
Right.
And if you show them that different perspective, it works.
Right. And a lot of people.
You just run it up the ladder like they said. They just run it
Patrick
past.
over there finessing his underwriter.
Well, this is the thing. Let's keep it all the way 100. Most people are introverts. If you in the train station, you at the bus stop, and or you at the waiting for a plane, and you got your head in your cell phone, most likely you're not gonna have the mouthpiece to talk with these underwriters to get them to see your way, to persuade. That's an art.
Here's the thing, though. Underwriters don't talk on the phone, dog. I heard y'all got an email all the goddamn time.
Corey, where's this? We brokers. We talk to underwriters all the time.
Yeah. So see, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the way. That's the old way they used to do things. Where, you know what I'm saying, it was impossible to get the underwriters on the phone. But this new age, you know what I'm saying, is that they're pushing for underwriters to actually have that conversation. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it gets lost in translations on emails.
Right.
Get your ass on the actual phone, talk to them, figure this thing out, and then go from there.
Right. Right.
So a lot of them are a lot easier to get in contact with. And with some companies, you know what I'm saying, they require for them to call and talk to you before they suspend a file, or before, if they have an issue with a file, hey, look, call them and talk this thing out to make sure you ain't making a mistake or you ain't seeing something that's not there.
Man, I had one of them in so long where they was about to suspend a file. I had one of them in about 3 years, 4 years. But I got what they over condition on what we call feel good conditions. You condition this because it makes you feel good, but that's not what it says in the guidelines.
When they do that,
but you got to have the verbiage to tell them that. Am I correct, Corey?
That's correct.
But when they do that, but isn't their job is on the line if something was to go wrong?
No, but your job is to get this. Your job is to without
They got
us.
insurance for that.
Yeah, without us, you starve to death. So our job is to get this to the finish line. We need to work together to come to conclusions on how we can get to this finish line, because we can both get paid off of us bringing customers in.
Appraisals underwriters get paid on commission like y'all. They get paid salary.
Some of them salary. Yeah,
they can't get paid based upon the file because, you know what I'm saying, it gets compliance. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but if we don't bring any files, if you don't have any files, you have no business.
Correct.
You know, so it all feeds each other. Now you might not get paid per file, but if we stop, that leech might not take down that ox, but you get enough leeches on that ox that ox going down. You know, so that's what you always say. This is my first one with I usually deal with this one, but hey, if this is gonna be a problem, I'll take my loans elsewhere.
Do you pick the underwriters?
No, we pick the lenders though. And that's one of the advantages of being a broker. I get to pick the lender. If I have a problem with the underwriting for this particular lender, I'm not going there no more.
Right.
Okay,
right.
so certain lenders deal with certain underwriters.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
And certain underwriters are favorable to certain characteristics or not. Right.
Correct.
And they know that.
Based upon opinion, their personal opinion.
Right. So it's all a skill, man. It's experience. You get what you pay for, and then for the most part, with this is that you get what you because you're not really paying, but you kind of get what you speak out and expect. Like if you expect garbage, you're gonna get garbage. A lot of people don't expect good service on this side with mortgages. They're used to the abuse, and that's what you're gonna get, like that last skit where you get blindsided with the fees, and you paying a whole bunch more for the mortgage, and and you're not gonna be able to get in touch with that person as soon as that ink dries, they're gone. You ain't gonna be able to. All right, get in touch with that person to get some tickets for somewhere. Let's see that. They're gone. So with that being said, man, anything y'all want to add before we get up out of here?
Nah.
So with that being said, man, we'll see y'all next week, man.
All right.